Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper One. Welcome to Boots on the Ground. If you have anything you could offer, send it to southernprepper1@yahoo.com. It'd be greatly appreciated by me, and I know everyone else that enjoys to find out what is happening. Some people say, well, this ain't really important. This is small. Everything's important. Every data point can be put together, and we can develop a picture of what is truly going on inside the United States. Let's get right into it. Our small business of the day is Home Designs by Scamper. This is a person that just started this business, and their goal is to be able to use this money for an adoption for a baby. So a great cause. So go check them out. They got a lot of little gifts, a lot of neat little things. So check them out, please. The B-2 bomber had an emergency landing. It damaged its wings. Hopefully it's not a total loss. It didn't look like a total loss, but just a little crash on that frame can really do a lot of damage. And with their cost being so high, and a lot of B-2s are having problems, and we are really relying on this aircraft to protect ourselves. So hopefully it's just a minor problem. Also, an Israeli company that specializes in 3D printed lab-grown meat, and they start with non-GMO animal cells, is currently building the world's largest commercial-scale production facility in North Carolina. It's called Believer Meat, formerly known as Future Meat Technology. It's building its facility, and it's way over, I think, $123 million investment. They're building a $200,000 square foot plant, and once operational, they will be the largest cultivated meat producer center in the world, with the capacity to produce at least 10,000 metric tons of cultivated meat without the need to slaughter a single animal. I will assure you, I will not be using any of this product. I will stick to regular good old red meat, or white meat, I guess, in chicken. It's always interesting to see reports with my own eyes. I was in Sam's on Saturday, and they had iceberg lettuce, a 2-pack for $2.38. I picked them up, and they were very small, softball size, squishy. Didn't even really look like lettuce. The one I showed you in the picture had about enough lettuce on it to put on 5 hamburgers. My hand completely wrapped around it, and I'm only 5'2". I also went to Walmart, and I noticed the same cashier that I always see, and I talked to her, and she's been working there 21 years. I asked her, well, I guess she gave the information about they weren't going to receive a Christmas bonus. I don't know if they have not received it yet. Is it common for Walmart or big businesses like Home Depot or Lowe's to give Christmas bonuses to their people? So if you have an answer to that, put it in the comment section. Those companies are so huge, they have so many workers. Do they do anything for their workers? Also, I went to the Dollar Tree, and while I was shopping at the checkout, I noticed someone purchasing. It was a lady in her 50s, and she had a nice brushed ponytail, but her clothes and her countenance indicated maybe she was living in conditions not as good as mine. So it sounds like this person paid for this lady's purchases, which is awesome. I'm getting more and more reports of people doing that. So if you're in a position, and definitely if you see someone that definitely might be able to need some help, take care of that. God's probably put that opportunity in front of you. It could be a challenge. It could be a test. And hopefully we're all able to help someone nowadays, because there's a lot of people hurting. This person said a power outage happened. It's happened 3 times in the last week. And this is in Ohio with AEP Electrical. I'm not sure if it's anything, but it's concerning. Nowadays, even now, if the power goes off, it's like, uh-oh, is this the big one? Or is this an attack on the power grid? When you live in the country like I do, it's a lot of times you get a lot more outages because all of our power lines are above ground, and they go through many wooded areas. And anytime we get a little wind, trees fall, takes out the power lines. This is over 1.5 million people in southern Ukraine. The city of Odessa was without power. This is because Russia did some kamikaze drone attacks and took out a lot more of the infrastructure. So it's going to be a while before this can be replaced. Luckily, I think they have, the hospital and maternity wards have some backup power, so that is good. But Western world relies on electricity. In the United States, without electricity, we grind to a halt. Hi, I shop at the local Aldi's the other day and was forced to use the self-checkout since all the normal registers were closed. After checking out, I noticed my first entry on the receipt was for an item of $9.95, which I did not buy. So I got customer service to fix it, and I did receive a refund, but the rep told me that some people are scanning their items and walking out without paying, leaving the item for the next person to pay. So I heeded your advice, and I checked my receipt, which I normally wouldn't do, and I noticed this deficiency. So I got my $9.95 back. So check your receipts. Do not assume anything nowadays. I run a janitorial business in Indiana. I have recently lost clients, because their companies were looking for ways to make cuts and save money. So this is the snowball effect that's going to happen. More and more companies trying to save money. They're cutting services, which then will force other companies, service companies, to cut their employees. It is a vicious circle. So just prepare accordingly. It is best to stay out of debt. But if you have debt, make sure your lender, bank, or loan officer, or loan company, credit card company, or credit unions offer involuntary unemployment payment coverage. Your payment will be made and your credit will not suffer. Here is a cautionary tip for my fellow preppers. Some months ago, I finally invested in a few boxes of various freeze-dried survival food for my survival pantry. One day, having never actually tried any of these products, I decided to break open a few pouches and find out what they taste like. To my dismay, a few of these products I tried, I simply could not stomach. Not that they were spoiled or anything, they just did not taste good to me. Nor do I think starvation would make them taste any better. On the plus side, I was able to find other food in my stash that I absolutely love, so I'm sure to buy more of these that I like and none of the others. Hate to think that I wasted all that money on food I cannot use, but I'm grateful I did find out, and not during a stressful SHTF situation. I recently tried a company's dehydrated food. My whole family tried it. Even the grandbabies tried it, and 90% of it was the worst food I've ever eaten. I did not do a review on that. It was terrible. So yes, before you buy something, buy a small sample and try it, please. I have been encountering a lot of differences between the shelf tag and the price at the register. I now mark at least one of the items I'm purchasing with the shelf price in bold markers on the label so I can watch closely and get the problem corrected immediately. Doing this saved me a little over $6 on 3 items last week. Dollar General and Walmart are both awful. I live in a small town, and every year before Christmas parade, local businesses and town hall have a rally, and what they do is they gather a few hundred gift bags to the children who show up with their parents. It's a very popular event. Every year they run out of treat bags. From the looks of it, the same families are there every year. Not to be judging by appearance, but they don't look like they have very much of anything. Then I got to be thinking, perhaps this is the only Christmas they are getting. That broke my heart. Being a parent myself, I cannot imagine a child going without a gift during the holiday. But I'm glad that we're able to get something, to everyone get something at this time. If you can participate in anything like this, do it. You might never have done it your whole life, but trust me, it will bring you great joy. I also got to thank you from the food pantry, the gleaning house in my area. There's been other people that has donated through doing those videos, and they're very appreciative of it, so thank you. The Kentucky House Bill 8 relates to a tax going into effect on the 1st of January. For residents in Kentucky, sewer services, water and fuel, including natural gas and electricity, will be taxable at the first of the year. They can apply for an exemption to this by submitting Form 5-1 Alpha 381 to each of their utility companies. Only utilities at their primary residence can be exempted. So if you're in Kentucky, check into this. It could be, be hit with a big bill that you're not used to, paying taxes on these things. I believe it's already passed, but if it's not, maybe make some phone calls, or make some phone calls now to some of your representatives, see if it can be altered or changed down the road. Costco's in Greenville, South Carolina is also limiting eggs to 2 packages per person. Something unusual, this is titled as. I travel from Council Bluff to Omaha often because my parents live in Omaha. This is the second time in a week where I have driven over the Missouri River Bridge, where I have seen vehicles pulled over midway and hugging someone in the middle of the bridge, where it is like they were rescuing someone from jumping. We all need to pay attention and help people if we see they need help. This person says that we have close to a 10% sales tax on things that they're buying. And they went through their store and they were just amazed at the price increases on everything from Christmas lights to just the standard Rubbermaid trash cans were $35. The rectangular ones were $40. $35 to $40 for a trash can. What is this world coming to? Everything is going up in price. This is Eastern Tennessee, and this is written from a registered nurse perspective. I didn't go far into the grocery section. We needed cat food, so we went into the pet section. Our local Walmart was crazy. I found one box of Frisky wet cat food and a few loose cans. About a dozen total between the brands. There was a box of Special Kitty, one of Fancy Feast, and one of another brand. But it was open. I got the last box of Friskies. The aisles looked like a cyclone went through it. There was just a random bags of dry food. We couldn't get the cart down a dog aisle. Shelves almost bare. I'm thankful we didn't need anything there. Also, cold and flu allergy medication were a disaster. Boxes strewn around. Shelves almost bare. Also, they had a bank problem. And there were some overdraft fees, and they said my account was not overdrawn at all, but the fees were very high. They were over $200. So look at anything that you get that you have to pay for. I'm getting so many people saying, they're being charged extra or things that shouldn't be on their bill is on their bill, so just check them. This person lives in Washington, on the eastern side of Washington State. I'm just shy of 60, and for the first time in my life, the mail has not been delivered 3 times this week. It snowed a little this past week, but nothing we're not used to. There's no reason why this happened, and it was no reason posted on the website, the post office. And the post office will not answer the phone. I live in a large neighborhood, so I'm sure they're receiving hundreds of calls. My husband has medicine coming in, and I put out 2 bills 2 days ago, plus we are expecting Amazon deliveries. Anyone else having problems with mail service? From this point forward, I will be mailing my bills at the actual postage facility. We had a great mail lady here locally. She fell down and hurt herself, so we've been having a lot of substitutes. My mail delivery has been crazy. I got so bad I called my post office numerous times. During times that they were open, no one would pick up the phone. Absolutely. I would ring and ring and ring until the phone disconnected. One situation was there was a package delivered for the neighbor. It was delivered way past their house, sitting literally in the middle of my country road, the road I walk and show you. That same week, I received 4 different people's mail in my box. The neighbor also complained to me, and they received every single person on my street's mail in their box. So there's definitely a shortage of postal workers, just like every other place. So hopefully they can fix it. My original mail lady was number 1, super good. I hope she gets recovered and can come back to work because I miss her. I work for a major woke airlines. They are pushing senior, non-woke, and non-you-know-what people out. Their diversity has promoted certain people into supervisor and management positions with less than 5 years experience. They require all new hires to be, you-know-what, to be considered for the job, let alone to be hired. Shortages-wise, there are so many aircraft parts, lubrication, support items that the airlines cannot get now. Also, items for passenger convenience are in short supply here and there. Even paper towels are in short supply. This is southeast of San Antonio. Our local Heb is not able to keep up with over-the-counter medicine. Get what you can now. I'm getting more and more pictures of over-the-counter medication. If you do not have your over-the-counter medications for at least a year, all purchased up, I am sorry to say, but you are wrong. Please get it now. It's in short supply now. We don't know what it's going to look like as we go further into cold and flu season. This is Tom Thumb store. At last night, there was a strong armed robbery with gun. No one was injured, but it was right down the road from my house in an upscale neighborhood in Pensacola, Florida. No power on our road today. Woke up to a loud bang and assumed it was a hunter, but the ceiling fan stopped, so no power. A transformer blew. Power was off for an hour and 25 minutes. Last time this happened, a squirrel caused the damage. No report on Facebook or the news what happened. This did test our preparedness. Husband got out the camping stove and made coffee. No communication since we had no cell signal where they are at their house, and the landline is hooked up to Wi-Fi, which was out. We had the solar generator if it lasted for a longer period of time. So this was a good time to test our preps. I urge you, test everything. Test your preps. Shut your power off for even just a few hours and see how life is. I live near Utica, New York, in upstate New York. We can't find romaine lettuce anywhere. This is the first time I've ever seen this happen since I switched from iceberg to romaine over 40 years ago. This is from Louisiana. A co-worker just told me he was in Walmart last night with a full basket to go check out. Announcement was made to the over the store that the computer system was hacked and no card would be accepted, only cash. Everyone walked out, just leaving everything in their shopping cart, in the checkout lines, and throughout the store. This is from Oregon. I got on the phone to make an appointment with my internal medicine doctor. I got an answer machine recording telling me the doctor is retiring this coming February. And they'll be having no more walk-ins no more. I've been trying for 4 days to speak to a real person there. So I went to my general practitioner office, who have not needed him for some time. They're booked out until September of 2023. Booked out until September of 2023. Let that sink in. The medical system is collapsing. If you got good medical service now, be very thankful and take full advantage of it if you need to have anything done preventive. I went ahead and got my name on the list. In the meantime, I'm going to look for a doctor who can see me sooner. My general practitioner's office manager told me that and here in Oregon, doctors are quitting left and right, and many are leaving the state altogether. This bodes very badly for people like me who have both a heart and a kidney issue. Take care of any medical you need done today. Get an appointment. This person lives in Illinois. We found out that the Jeep assembly plant will be going idle in February. This plant employs about 1,350 people. Not sure what this means for all the other parts plants that are also in our town, but this will be devastating for our town with these this business shutting down. I took all of your advice last year and got farther out of the city. Crime here is going up. This is an affluent part of Mecklenburg County where Charlotte sits. A few nights ago near a subdivision here at a little after 6, when people were getting out of work, an alert came on my phone that a group of criminals aimed a gun at someone and stole their Honda SRV. My neighbor downstairs had her Honda SUV stolen on August 2nd. Criminals are moving into this quiet town and robbing. I have to pay for my own private garage so I can just have peace of mind. I'm not well off at all. I just work about 50 hours a week to sustain life. So, watch yourself, watch yourself, watch yourself. Take care of your security, please. Don't assume because I live in a safe area, it's going to be safe forever. My 78-year-old father was hospitalized for a few days for heart trouble. He said the care in general was good, although he recalled that some drug substitutions had to be made due to shortages. What is at least as disturbing as the drug shortages is that he was very cold, and yet he could only get 2 thin blankets from the nurse. My stepmother had to go home to bring him more blankets so he could stay warm. Fortunately, they don't live far away. He said from now on they will be including some blankets in their hospital go bag. Another example of the medical system falling apart. So take care of your own self. Learn first aid. Stock what you need. I've been in third world places, and the biggest thing was not the lack of a doctor. It was the lack of consumable items, things that get used up quickly that people had problems finding. So stock whatever you can now. Thanks for watching.